Grown up in a small town, had dreams and aspirations to feel the world. The passion for the same took to another small and beautiful town of Manipal. 4 years of stay there, and then followed to work in the core industry at the web city of Mumbai. Travel down to the silence of Kerala, and then to yet another distinguished world, IIMB. Loves to make friends, watch movies, pens down at times, and steals every possible time to take a nap. On the lines of the health aspirations, dwells a thought at democracy and the existing democratic institutions, and tries to justify if democracy is the best form of government. Democracy, literally defined as a form of government wherein supreme power is vested with people and through their electoral representatives. Democracy first took shape in the 6th century in areas around the Mediterranean, wherein the Greek males were the lifelong members of the decision-making government bodies. The Romans too took certain democratic ideas from the Greeks, but throughout the Middle Ages, democracy was not properly instituted. Even India had the concept of democracy implemented in the form of Gram Panchayats. Modern democracy took swing through the American and the French Revolution and the universal suffrage of 1848. And today, 120 of the 192 existing nations are democratic. The past 20 years has seen tremendous increase in the number of democratic institutions, with recent revolutions like the jasmine, the tulip, the orange, and the bulldozer. The question under consideration is whether democracy is the best form of government. Let's start with India. Being a nation supporting a population of 1.2 billion, India is the largest democracy of the world. But Democratic Index coins it to be a flawed democracy. Indian democracy, since independence, has been plagiarized by the crisis of national integration, identity, penetration, language, casteism, poverty, illiteration, malnutrition, and poor health. Worse is the emergence of new crises of the existing ones, like casteism and regionalism, leading to economic fragmentation. An adult literacy rate of 74%, varying from 61% to 93% across its states, India brings to the pool a range of irrational voters. This lot is highly uninformed about the political and social issues and strongly biased towards a certain issue. They form the special target group and lobby to promote their interests against nationals. The democracy has turned to be responsive to desires of large middle class and is indifferent to problems of the minority. The vast fragmentation of Indian society has divided the vote bank, and the policy of divide and rule continues post-independence. A simple and rational logic. To be a winner in election, a party needs two-thirds of the seats, which can be well won by stimulating a section of Indian society, promising them goodies, and disregarding the interests of nation at large. No doubt there has been a significant increase in terrorism, internal as well as external, which has taken various names like nationalism. People's government, as it is often known, has failed to implement the much awaited Lokpal bill and take any decisive step regarding tons of black money resting abroad. Still ahead, India's democratic framework has been politically unstable. The coalition governments which have been prominent recently are far from being national addressers, and their decisions are straight to short-term benefit. Short-term has even fueled corruption. 64 years of the existence of Indian democracy and 51 years of rule by Indian National Congress. Is it democracy or dictatorship? And consequently, India witnesses the paradox of being among the fastest growing nations and its ability to provide the basic necessities of food, clothing, and shelter, harboring overpopulation, malnutrition, illiteracy, and insecurity. Equality and opportunity guaranteed to all? I don't know. A greater criticism to democracy is its exclusion. Excluded are not only the voters, but also the parties and the candidates. No party would allow a candidate to compete who holds views different from the existing ones. Rule by the people means people should not only decide on the government but but also on political issues. People should impose referendum on topics they feel different. But most democracies don't provide this. Explanation, lack of political insight. Well, in the first place, these inefficient people elected those representatives. An election promise is a contract between the candidate and his potential voters. In democracy, the government can be held responsible for its crime, so what the government ends with is an organized crime. In fact, the very euro crisis is one such type of organized crime. A weighing out of the pros and cons of the democracy indicates that it is not the best. But as Winston Churchill said, democracy is the worst form of government, except for all those others have been tried. The best way ahead is either through democracy or a changed system.